Wednesday, April 7, 2010. Andrew broke up with me. I'm so heartbroken right now, and I hate this feeling. We talked for an hour, and I just kept saying, Andrew, please. He and I were both crying, and he said he just wants it to work, but couldn't find any way to make it work. He said it's possible to have a deeper connection with somebody that we don't have, and that he says we both just care for each other, but it's not love. What he just doesn't get is that I do love him so much. He may have some logical explanation of love, but I don't. I just know when I love, and when I love someone, I love them forever, even if I don't want to. He says I'll be happier without him, but I can't see it. He's the reason why the past 4 months have been so happy for me. How can I possibly be happier without him than with him? He was trying to comfort me, stroking my shoulder, but I kept pushing him away. All I really wanted was to hold him and make everything all right again. I've been crying all night and I can't stop. I was searching my bed sheets, trying to find his scent again. I closed my eyes and leaned up against the corner where he pressed hand one day, kissing me passionately, holding me tight against him. I just want to wake up and realize that this is all just a bad dream. Thursday, April 8th, 2010. Poetry's canceled today, so I'm home very early. I've had such a rush of different mood swings today. When I first woke up, I was still depressed, but I didn't want to cry anymore. I then got super mad and forced myself to say Andrew's a horrible person. I mean, now he's smoking again, which I completely and utterly despise. Does he seriously not have enough willpower without me to stop doing something so terrible for his health? I pushed all thoughts out of my head for ballet because we had a guest teacher. It was great. She even called me a good girl, and Sydney said I did well too. Then when I was driving home, every single happy memory I've had with Andrew decided to haunt me. Not a good feeling. I squeezed the thoughts out of my head, so I'm depressed again. Friday, April 9th, 2010. Ballet was incredibly torturous today. Sydney was comparing everything to kissing your lover and embracing and being intimate. I just kept thinking of Andrew and it just kept hurting. When she mentioned being kissed on the back of the neck, I completely broke down. I ended up having to leave the studio and go cry in the bathroom. After crying for a bit, I looked myself straight in the mirror, took a few deep breaths, meditated a tiny bit, and walked back to class. Hannah just gave me a huge hug, and Andrea squeezed my hand and said I'd be fine. Ellen gave me a great, tight hug and whispered, just not great timing. Then she looked me in the eyes and said, you're strong enough to get through this, I know it. And she hugged me tight again. Charlie rubbed my shoulder after class and promised it would get better. Natalie, Bethany, and Jenny each said they were willing to listen if I ever needed to talk. I seriously feel so loved right now. It's kind of sour, bittersweet, because I honestly still feel like shit, but still cared for. Sunday, April 11th, 2010. It's time to try and start healing. I read a great and inspiring article online that I think really helped. It says to truly get over someone, you might just have to be angry or even hate them. It also says stuff like, take your time recovering and don't start to date again until you're ready. It also makes it quite clear that if you've been dumped, you obviously deserve so much more. It's all about me this week. I'm not going to contact Andrew at all until I feel I can do so without getting upset. He made a mistake and lost a person who truly, deeply loves him and could never feel any other way. I am strong. I know I am. And I can and will get through this.